Hey guys, Zerkaa here and welcome back to my Willmall Ultimate Team series. I believe this is episode number 10 and I'd like to say thank you again for all the support you've been giving both of my series, both this and my career mode series, and hopefully I can keep in routine with what I've got so far of uploading one career mode video per day and one Ultimate Team video per day. And we start off this episode and we're just doing a few nitty gritty parts of the Ultimate Team, just sorting out the contracts of both my managers and some of my players. I think Jarvis and Bent were the people that need to be sorted out. I think Bent only had one game left and Jarvis had actually his contract had actually run out and he had no more games remaining. So there's a few issues I was just sorting out before we go into our first games. I also, after this, look to strengthen my squad. Initially, I go out and look for a new defender, and I know that Kabul, who plays for Spurs, is a really good defender in the Premiership. He has like 77 pace, and that was kind of what I was looking for, just defenders that had good pace in the Premiership. So the players, like obviously Kabul has got 77, that's pretty high for a defender in the Premiership. I think he's one of the highest in the Premiership itself. You can correct me if I'm wrong. This is talking about centre-backs here, not left-backs and right-backs. And obviously that's the best thing for 3-5-2 formation is pacey centre-backs. You need those to be able to cover the ground that you need to cover to get to the wings and get back to the centre. And get into our first game here, and we come up against a guy his team was called Newcastle, and he has a BPL team. Got a pretty pacey team. You've got Lennon on the right, and you've got Hoylett on the left, and you've got even Dyer again on the right. So you've got a right mid and a right wing. You've got Hernandez up front, who's pacey as well. It's an all-round pretty pacey side, so I knew that he would try and exploit the wings for the majority of the game. And we started off really well. We managed to exploit his wings because he's got 3 at the back as well, so we can also do the same because we have Jarvis and Johnson. And I put a cross in there, Lallana gets his head on it and makes it 1-0 to us. We then move into the 10th minute, and again we're doing the same. We're doing lots of long passes going from one side to the other to stretch his defence, and that is what you do when you're playing against someone with 3 at the back. You try and stretch them out because they haven't got those right back and left backs to be able to cover them. And you saw there Park had an awful miss, and you saw this right there. He had a good shot and he hit the crossbar. He then gets the ball down the right hand side, cuts in, does a nice pass into the inside. Again, there's another pass. Hernandez takes the first. I'm thinking of Millwall here. Hernandez takes the first touch, turns and shoots straight away. And the goalie could have done better there, but oh well, what can you do? Move into the 20th minute. Darren has a shot there, saved. And this game, I was kind of worried in this game, not going to lie. This guy caused me not trouble. He just looked pretty dangerous on the attack, and as you saw there, he made it 2-1 with Lennon cutting in past my defender. And I should have read that. I knew he was going to do it. I just I wasn't able to react in time. So I was losing at this point. And I think this is the first time we actually not taken a loss, but it's the first time we've actually gone behind in a game, I believe, in Ultimate Team. Not too sure about that one though. And you're going to see now that I am going to have an absolute crazy amount of chances. This is just a handful of the chances that I had, and you're going to see that. Here you go, look, open goal, headers it against the floor, and it hits the crossbar. And I was sitting there thinking, I'm just going to get EA'd here. This is not going to go well for me. Played the ball in there, that crossed it in, and then it gives offside. It was that was the offside for Jarvis being offside, and I watched the replay back, and I don't think it even was. Had a shot there, and finally managed to break that kind of like deadlock that we had and make it 2-2 and equalise with a nice finesse shot there from Johnson. And move it into like a minute after that just happened, and we get the ball through here again. Well better with the ball, has a shot, and that is saved. I think I was sprinting too long, and I didn't get the shot off in time, and the goalie managed to get his hand to that. We've done the left hand side again with Jarvis. Jarvis has been an absolute tank for me. A pass across goal. I was in that kind of mood. I was like, I'm going to tramp against him because he's causing me trouble, and he managed to block it somehow. We've moved into the second half here, and the ball got played. I did an RB dummy, and he blocked me off. But luckily, I managed to wriggle off and get that. So you'll see in the replay here. Get blocked off, and as you get past him again, turn inside and shoot into the back post to make that 3-2. And this is when the game changes, and this is why everyone thinks momentum's in the game. Because as soon as I scored that third goal to put me in the lead, the game was over. There was no chance. This guy had no chance. Literally, I was all over him. And Lallana had a shot here, hits the post, and rebounds off of his goalkeeper's back, who tried to make the initial save, and it bounced off him and went in to make that 4-2. And Lallana, like loads of you might ask me, why am I playing Lallana over Tarapt? Because obviously Tarapt's 5-star skill, it suits my kind of style of play, and he's overall Tarapt is probably a better player than Lallana anyway. I don't know why, I just seem to really like Lallana. I don't know what it is about him. I think his distribution of the ball is really good, but you'd have said Tarapt had a really good distribution of the ball, and I don't know. I think especially Lallana's corners. I always put Lallana on the corner, and it just seems to have the same about them corners that seem to always work, and it always seems to be able to get his head on the ball. And that's just kind of my choice. I've decided that I just prefer Lallana over Taarabt. So I probably will eventually get back round to liking Taarabt more than Lallana. But at this current in time, if you want to ask that question, that is my answer to it. And see here, Lallana picks up a goal to make it 6-2 there. And you know what's coming. He instantly rage quits after that 6th goal goes in, because that could have been an absolute demolishing. It could have been 10 goals at the rate it was going. And see there, the stats say I'm in control, as Tusink would say. And we're going to get out of that game, and we get our first 3 points in Division 1. And hopefully, I think the aim for this got to be, if we can win Division 1 without taking a single loss, would be awesome. I think that's my kind of aim that we're going for so far. We've got a nice little record going on at the moment, 20 shots, 20 wins, 1 draw and 1 loss. We've got a nice cheeky 10,000 coins as well. So what I went and did is I went to look for my favourite CDM in the game. So obviously on my other account I have a Brazilian team. If any of you have seen me live streaming recently on Twitch, you'll know I have a Brazilian team, and Ramirez is a player that I love on Ultimate Team. And so I got him for my team. Probably in replacement. I don't know who's going to replace yet. I'm not really decided on that. And I then go and sell Bennett as well. I will list Bennett, and hopefully I can sell him for a decent amount of coins. I bought him for 400, so hopefully I can either make a profit on him or sell him for the same price. And I also went out and purchased a squad morale card. Now some of you may say that's a waste of money, but in my opinion I think morale cards are somewhat overlooked. I think they're underrated. I don't think people really take into consideration how much morale affects your players' performances. And I've noticed this recently just from live streaming, and we're playing a lot of Ultimate Team on my other account, is that it really does affect the player's performance. And if a player's just got like a neutral morale, he doesn't tend to play anywhere as near as good as he can play if he's got a very high morale. So I went and bought a squad morale card, and hopefully that can improve my performances in future games. I'm coming against another guy here, and I think his team name was Henry Hoover, which kind of amused me. And you see his team, he has a 4-4-2, has Hazard on the left hand side, Valencia on the right, Kagawa and Juan Mata in the middle, and Balotelli and Dembaba up front, with Sanya, Vermaelen, Company, Evra in defence, and Petr Cech in goal. It's a very strong side, and luckily for me, I think his controller ran out in the 12th minute, and as trampy as this is, I went and capitalised on that, tackled him and scored with Lallana. And I just did that anyway. I know some of you guys will pick up and then say, oh, why'd you do that? At the end of the day, he would have done it to me, you would have done it to someone else if it happened, so don't complain, please. And I managed to make that 2-0, Ramirez getting his first goal on his debut. And that made it 2-0, as I just said. And that's a bad habit I have. I seem to still try and chip goalkeepers. You probably see even the previous games of this one, I tried to do a chip as well. It's the habit I've had. I think it's since like FIFA 11 and FIFA 12, because in like FIFA 11 it was really good to chip. I haven't managed to get out of that habit still, and I still get through on goal sometimes, and I'll try and chip it, and it just doesn't work. It works sometimes, not gonna lie, but let's say like 70% of the time it doesn't work for me, and I'll still do it. I haven't learnt my lesson, so I'm trying to drill it into my brain to stop chipping. But that's 3-1. I saw he got a corner goal, and that seems to be all I ever concede on Ultimate Team, is just corner goals. And instantly I replied to that and made it 4-1, with Jarvis picking up his second goal of the game, I believe. And Jarvis has been a tank as well. As much as I hate to say it, because he's a West Ham player, he's been an absolute tank. I love him, and probably one of my favourite players in this current team, along with Welbeck, which I didn't think Welbeck would be as good as he is. And he's been great for me. He's been great for me as well. And I tried to lob it again there, but that didn't even look like it was a lob. That looked like it was some kind of just like a cross, almost like an X pass. We went to the 59th minute here, and Lallana picks up the ball, passes it, does a through ball, and it's meant to go to whoever's on the right hand side there, Valencia, I believe. And Hernandez kind of intercepted that pass and was offside. Good ball in 65th minute with Jarvis there. Does a nice little heel toe, and finishes that in the bottom corner to get his hat-trick for the game and to make that 6-1. And it just seems like it's starting to be a little trend in Division 1 that this happens as soon as they start losing too much. The rage quit comes out, or the skill quit as some people would call it. And that was the end of that game. See that stats, 14 shots, 11 on target to his 4 shots and 4 on target. And that gets our second win in Division 1, and gives us a nice cheeky 6 points. And I think I have to get 21 points in order to win Division 1 titles. So I think I have to get, 7 wins straight in order to do so. So that puts our record up to 21 wins, 1 draw and 1 loss. So we're doing pretty well. I'm pretty happy with the overall performance so far of this series. And one thing I'm kind of intrigued about is what the overall objective of this series is going to be. Because maybe you guys can leave your feedback. What do you think this objective of this series should be? Should it be to carry on working on the record? Am I eventually just going to keep building different kind of squads once I get to a certain stage? I don't know. because I'm not really sure myself. Like, obviously, I don't want to stick with one team throughout because that might be a bit boring for you guys. So if you leave your feedback on that, it'd be really appreciated. If you can leave a like on the video, that would also be very appreciated. If you want to check out my meal career mode series, there's a link on the screen now. And if you want to check out my Let's Play channel, there's also a link to that as well, as always. And I shall see you guys next time. Goodbye.